We have completed through 8. Number 9 we are going to do. So let's go ahead and look at that. This is identifying solutions from a table. Finding the solution of a system from a table. Remember, the point will show up in both tables if it is a solution. Some values for the 2 linear equations are shown in the tables. Okay, so remember that last one? We did number 18 on our assignment. And I'm going to show you my calculator. So we found the intersection by doing calculate. So see how our intersection's at -2, -4? We found it on the graph. Well, we can also see it on the table. So look up at my screen. I'm going to go to the table, so second graph for the table. And anytime that the y1 and the y2 are the exact same number, that's considered a solution to our system. Because that they share that point, so that means they both go through that point, making that an intersection. So we would look for when y1 and y2 are equal. And what this means is if you were to separate the 2 tables, if I do one of them xy1 and then another one xy2, they both have -2, -4 on there, which is their point of intersection. So separated, as your tables are separated, you would look for where they have the same x and y values. If it's a table that's together, it's also written separate. But you're looking at where y1 and y2 are the same value, and that's your point of intersection. So this is from a table, how to identify a solution. What if they're all the same? Y1s and y2s are the same. Then that means it's the exact same line. If you don't see any y1 and y2 that are the same, it doesn't mean they don't have a solution. It just means that it might be a fraction, that our x value could be a fraction. All right, so let's look back at the digital interactive notebook and see. So anytime that they're the same, we'll circle them and then we'll write out our solution. So type of solution. If it is one solution, give the solution. So let's look on here. Is there any point that they are the exact same? Yep. So let's do our scribble. Oh, why am I doing that? I don't know. Yeah, 8, 6. So get your scribble tool, circle, and then we are going to write 8, 6, -6. So that would be our solution to the system.
Is it negative?
No? Why did I put -6? Thanks. Oh, maybe I was looking down at this one. Thanks for pointing that out. Let's look at the next one. Where are they the same point? Same x and y values. Yep, 0, 6. Okay, and then this looks more like the table that's given to us in our calculator. So on this next one, what is our point of intersection, our solution? Yeah, when the y value is -2. So this would be at -4, -2. Okay, the next one. What do you notice about this? It looks silly. That's the same. That's the same. And that's the same. So what does that mean about the solution? How many what solution do we put? Mm-hmm. Infinitely many. Okay, the next one. Has lots of -3s, and I think that's just to try to confuse you, to not find the right one. But the only one that has y1 and y2 the exact same would be 0, -3. Okay, let's move on to, we're going to delete this one. This is writing equations of lines. So just hit the delete button for that one. Writing systems of equation notes from tables, we're going to delete that one. We're going to wait on 10, and we're going to go to 11. So now we're on 11 that says solving systems of equations using substitution.
So, 10, 11, and 12?
No, this one, writing systems of equations notes from word problems, we keep that one. We're just going to skip it for now. We'll come back to it. So let's look at 11. So something I want to point out from y'all's assignment the other day. So we had to solve these for y. Then we had to graph them. We had to put it in the calculator to find the solution, which I think we actually put it in the calculator before we found the solution. We found the solution using the calculator. So we are going to learn 3 different methods for solving systems that are written in different forms, where they're not both in y equals form. So we have substitution and elimination that we are going to do this week. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So we will need our composition book because we're going to be writing things down. So in your composition book, go ahead and title a new page. Solving systems of equations with substitution. And this is slide 11. So let's think about the word substitution. What does that mean? Put something in for something else. Replace a variable with a number, usually, right? But in this case, we are going to replace a variable with an expression. Substitute it in and then solve for a variable, okay? So let's look at the instructions over here. Okay, so make a plan. Substitution works well when one of the equations already has a variable isolated. It says y equals or x equals. One equation has a term with a coefficient of 1 or -1 because it's easy to isolate the variable. Make it happen with the steps. So when necessary, solve one of the equations for one of the variables. So we wanted to say y equals or x equals, but usually it'll already say y equals. Substitute the resulting expression from step 1 into the other equation to replace the variable. Then solve the equation. So you'll find one of the numbers for that solution. So you'll find either the x value, the y value. Then you'll substitute in the value that you found for 2 into either equation and solve for the other variable. You'll write your answer in an ordered pair and then check it in both equations. And we can use our calculator. So let's look at the first one. So I'm going to write this down. So 2x plus y equals 5. And y equals x minus 4. Y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but I love doing this. It's like exciting for me. I'm so excited to be teaching it. Yes, I'm a nerd. I know. It's okay. I embrace it. All right. So you see how this says y equals? So that means and then this one has a y value. So we're going to say that y is this x minus 4. So we are going to plug in this whole expression in for y. And the reason we do this is so that we have variables that are the exact same. So I'm replacing this y with an x minus 4. And when I do that, this equation will be 2x plus, so instead of y, I'm going to write x minus 4, because that was the y, and then equals 5. So this right here was y. So now I just have x here. See, I have 2x plus x minus 4 equals 5. Now this makes it easy where I can just solve for x. Yes, question?
So there's not going to be a y equals?
So we find x first, and then wherever we find the x, we plug it back into one of the equations to find what y is. So you're actually substituting in twice. Okay, so here's our first one. See how we plugged in the x minus 4 for y. So now we're going to simplify this. So what can I do with the left side? What does that simplify to equal? 2x and x.
3x minus 4.
3x minus 4 equals 5. And then plus 4. I get 3x equals 9. And I divide by 3. And I get y equals 3. X equals 3, sorry. So that is part of our solution. Now we need to find y. Would it be easier to plug in this in the first one and solve for y, or the second one? The second one, why?
Because you wanted to find y. You don't have to do all the other stuff.
Yeah, we don't have to do anything else. All we're going to have to do is plug this in for x. So now we have y equals 3 minus 4. Because this was your x. We plugged in 3 for x. You're writing it down? Okay, so then what does y equal? -1. So our solution to the system is 3, -1. Because 3 is our x value, right? And y is -1. See how that can be satisfying? It really can. To what? It was confusing? Okay. It's okay. We'll do more. It's okay. I got a lot of problems for you. All right. So 3 and then -1. Oh, -2. What?
I know. Mrs. Austin, did you see outside?
Door.
So nice.
It looks so nice.
I have to lock this harder.
Okay. So we need to go ahead and write our solution as the ordered pair.
You're going to hold my hand. Okay. I'm trying to
Shh. All right, make sure you fill it in on your digital journal. Okay, I gotta look at what.
I can't do this anymore.
Okay, we need more problems like that. Okay, we're going to do another problem that's not on here because I think we need to see it again. All right, let's look at this next one. Go ahead and write this next one down. It's not on your digital journal. It's just like that. Oh, we forgot to check it.
No, we don't need to know. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's okay, Mr. Saucy.
It's
We'll
okay.
Check
check
it.
next problem. It's really fine. We'll survive. I promise.
I'm not supposed to survive the storm, but can we go?
Honestly, though.
Quiet down, please. Okay, you have these written, hopefully.
No.
So we have a y equals, right? And then we have another one that's written as our standard form x, y, and then equals a number. So since we have this as y equals, we're going to plug in this for what it's equal to. It's equal to y. So we're going to plug it in right here, equal to y.
So do we multiply it by 5?
Yes, we multiply it by -5.
Okay.
So it'll be 6x minus 5 times a negative 2x minus 9 equals negative 19.
Oh, what?
So see how this says y equals?
Yeah.
I'm plugging that in the other equation where y is. Okay,
Parentheses this time.
Yeah.
because there's a coefficient. See how there's that number out front?
That's 5.
The other one did not have anything. It was just y, so we just put it in there. We could have left parentheses there too. I should have, but I didn't. Okay, so now we distribute the -5. So 6x, -5 times a negative 2x, positive 10x, -5 times a negative 9.
You really just say 54. Yeah. I thought it was just 6.
All right, continuing. What do we get?
Man, talk about it. 51. No. Oh, you guess your turn too?
Okay, and then we would subtract 45. Okay, negative 19 and negative 45. Yeah, negative 64. Divide by 16.
-4.
So it'd be a negative. I
Yeah.
put the negative.
Yeah,
There you go. then. Catching up.
X equals -4.
No.
All right. Okay, now that we have the X value, where do I plug in this X value?
Where the X is.
Where the X is on the top or bottom?
Uh,
Like that.
Yeah.
So it's y equals -2 times the -4 minus 9.
yes, sir.
I'm just going to put that in.
It's gotten dark.
It's 8.
-2 times the -4 minus 9,
Negative 1.
-1. So then our solution is -4, -1. This time we are going to check it.
Easier.
You're like fun.
See, I told you. All right, so we do y is -1, so I'm going to clear this out. So if I plug it into the first one, you don't have to write it down. You can just plug it in, but it'd be -1 equals -2 times, because remember this is the x, this is the y.
I'm confused. How are we checking this?
We're plugging in the x and the y into each equation.
Oh.
So the first one is this equation. So I'm plugging in
So -4 and -1, that's what you put in?
-4 for x, -1 for y.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On the whenever like you combine them, why did you get rid of the y? That's what negative y.
Because this y is equal to that.
Oh, yeah.
So I no longer have y. I have -2x minus 9.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so then this would be -4 minus 9. And we could put this in the calculator with the equals. -1, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it'd be 8.
Oh, yeah.
How do we put that in? It's like test or something.
What are you putting in?
Oh, second math for the equal sign. There we go. -2 times the -4 minus 9. We want to see that this is true.
Yes.
One means true.
Right there in the window.
So what happens if you put
What happens? What?
what happens if you get 0?
And then it's all right. So let's say I put in
The 8.
Let's say I put in a +4 instead. 0 means that is not true. 1 means true, 0 means false. Okay, and then,
Wait, so we were wrong?
no, I just changed that negative. Oh, hold up. Okay, there we go. And then the next one is 6x minus 5y equals -19. So we'll plug in 6 times -4 minus 5 times the -1 and see if it equals -19. You can do it in your head or you can put it in the calculator. So I'm doing 6 times the -4 minus 5 times the -1 equals -19. And that is true. So that means we have checked it. And this one was not in your digital journal, so you do not have to put this in. Okay. Hey, you want to try to do one on your own?
No. Yes.
Yes, you do.
She's gonna give it to us here.
I think it's pretty good with you doing it with me.
No. Okay, the next one. X equals
X equals X, that's what X equals.
6y minus 7. Oh, no, that's supposed to be 7. That looks like a 9.
Oh, it is a 9.
Wait.
It doesn't look
So,
like
do we have to switch the y and the x?
Why do you do this to us, Mrs. Saucy? Why do you do this?
All right,
It's a
so did you write it down?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have an X solved this time.
Oh, wait, hold on.
So what are we going to plug in?
You put that. You
The
put
y value, yeah. We're going to put in this for what?
Hey.
Yeah, for X.
Oh, that's
Oh
hard.
my. This
All right, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that on your own.
is gonna take a lot.
I'm going to pause it.
It's gonna take a minute.
All right, so you should have at least started it. So I'm going to show you how the answer comes about. So it would be, we're plugging in this for the X because this is solved for X. So it'd be 4 times 6y minus 7 plus y, because it's 4 times x, the x value is 6x minus 7, or the expression, equals -3. Then we distribute 24y minus 28 plus y equals -3. Y'all agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we combine y's. 25y. Minus 28 equals -3. Then add 28. 25y equals 25. Divide by 25. So y equals 1. Okay, so we have the y value. So now we need to find the x value. So what do we have to do? Plug this in. The 6y. Yeah. So it'd be x equals 6 times 1 minus 7.
Oh. What are we doing?
We're finding x now.
Got it. Oh, I'm so genius.
See, it makes you feel good when you get it.
No.
Like it's exciting.
Julian is.
Julie just has too much confidence.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is the solution. Okay, so to check your answer, you would plug in -1 for x here. So we'd say -1
Look how much work you have to do.
equals, I'm doing it all in the calculator. You don't have to do that
It's like,
much.
it's like a lot of work, but it's easy.
Yeah.
Low key.
It's like,
Happy Missy Saucy, it's time to go.
Not yet. Okay, so that is true.
it is.
Then we do 4 times the x, -1, plus 1 equals -3. 1. So they both come out correctly. All right. Your assignment's going to be, I have 2 problems for you. In your journal. Yep.
All I've been eating is chicken sandwiches.
Hold on. Let me find a good one.
Yeah, very good.
Missy Saucy. Is that what I heard too?
Okay. Y equals x minus 2. And then x equals 17 minus 4y. Then number 2.
Hold up, there's multiple?
What do you mean?
Yeah, there's 2 problems.
Just
6x
two.
minus 9 equals y. And then the other one is y equals -3x.
Already finished.
Oh, and I don't like that one.
No, we're just
I like it. Leave it. Leave it.
No, wait.
Okay.
Find the way it is.
We love it.
9 and 10.
You mean, you either make 150 or 60.
150 0, yep.
150 plus a 0.